So this webinar will be about how to land your first UGC club. So how I got started with UGC, basically it's weird because I was a shy kid and I didn't really like sharing my life in real life, but somehow I just got interested in social media. I just enjoyed when Instagram started happening, and when TikTok came out, I used to make fun of it initially, but COVID hit, I had nothing to do, so I was like, why not? Started posting, really got into it. And I think quarantine really worked for me because I didn't really have to see anybody's reaction, and I was just posting every day. It kind of stuck around and I got a couple of videos, and as you can see, I grew a couple of followers. But the reality is I made zero money from it. Thousands of views, and that got me nowhere. So when I started thinking about my expertise and what I could use as a 20 years old and starting a business, I was kind of stuck thinking, well, my expertise is social media, but I have no way to monetize it. I've learned $0 from it. And that was kind of where I was stuck at. And then I came across UGC, like everybody else did. And for me, because I had the social media experience, gifted clubs was pretty easy. And I managed to do that. And then I managed to get first paid deal. And you can see it's $60. It's not a one video deal, by the way. I probably created at least 3 videos, so around $20 for a video. And it was very small. So I was obviously stuck. I managed to land my first gifted deal. I got paid a little bit from this, but it wasn't getting anywhere. So obviously thought I need some help. And I found a coach who's been UGC for about a year then. And so you can see the date. It's November 10th, 2023. I basically booked a call, and 1 month later, you can see this is me sending the screenshot of literally a Stripe notification on December 15th, 1 month later, and basically sharing, thank you so much for the coaching. I finally managed to do exactly what I was hoping for. And this is the first official club because it was an actual UGC deal. I offered 3 videos or something, and I got 50% upfront, which was huge for me. For those of you that don't know yen currency, it's around 370 USD deal. And for me, it was really big. It might not seem like it, 370 might be small, but for me, it was a lot. Because this is where it all started, right? This is where everything started happening, and now I managed to get way bigger deals. And that's how I practically live, being able to work from anywhere and sort of stuff. So that's why I really emphasize on just focusing on getting the first collaboration, because that's where you kickstart your journey, basically. And just like how I managed to land my deal, I've helped, for example, Manuel land for first paid collaboration in 1 month, while also doing university, by the way. Also, Sayaka landed retainer client after 2 months. It took me so much longer to land a retainer client. So amazing for her. Not only retainer client, but she has landed multiple paid deals within the first 2 months. Crazy. And then also helped multiple others land their collaborations along the way. So I think I figured out the fastest way to get deals, and I'll just get into that in a second. Also, that expanded the community into an agency. So not only we've been helping creators land their clubs, but we've actually been able to provide it. So I've been able to see from the other side. Now, actual 3 steps to landing your first collaboration. I say you can land your clubs 14 days, even seven days. But the reason why, there's a key here. You have to offer your content for free in exchange for free products. So basically gifted clubs, right? The reason why is you see a lot of information online saying you can get started today, make $1,000 in 1 month. And it's probably possible. But if there are thousands of people are doing it and you really have no experience, there's no enough companies in the world that will pay creators $1,000. And you don't have any experience. Getting you started for free and building experience that way is 100 times better than trying to spend 1 week pitching and landing deals for money and not having any experience at all. So this will only work if you're okay creating content for free. So step 1, I have to find brands to pitch to. Yeah, so for gifted clubs specifically, you have to use Instagram. Inside the full course, there's literally a video about how there are different ways to find brands on Instagram specifically. So have a look at that. And once you have a list of 100 brands to reach out to, you put the list of brands on a tracker. You can use the tracker here, just duplicate the use, but you basically have a list of 100 brands and you need to put that on the tracker so you can track and follow up. And what matters here is numbers. If you don't pitch to enough brands, you're obviously not going to get a response. 100 is a minimum, I would say. If you pitch to 20 brands, which is not a lot, in a day, you do that for 5 days, you will land a gifted club for sure in 5 days. Also, don't stick to a niche. I know everybody wants to work with beauty, skincare brands, but don't go for those because everybody goes for those. Go for any niche, apps, gadgets, travel, any brands that would benefit from a content, go pitch. And yeah, it's the same. Don't be selective. Don't be picky on, I want to work for Lululemon or the brands that I know. There's so many cool brands that I worked with, I didn't know about until I actually collaborated with them. And I have a lot of products that I got from collaboration and I didn't know about it until then, but I use to this day. So don't be selective. If brands actually believe in you, you probably believe in the brand as well. So now you have all the brands that they reach out to. You have to find some sort of way to showcase your work before you start pitching. There are 2 ways to do this. Either you create a portfolio and you use a template, you create all the videos, you put all the videos on there, you publish as a website, and then you have that link ready to send. Or for gifted clubs, you can also use your Instagram profile, which would be so much more easier. But if you're going to go with the option 1, you should have a little bit of a case study. I know it's your gifted clubs, but you should have some sort of case study, like your Instagram insights, for example. And you really have to have a published website link. And for gifted clubs, I guess you could have the Canva, the URL website link. Obviously not the Canva design. Don't do that. But if it's published as a website, you could have the Canva link. Or obviously, if you have access to it, you can just claim the custom link. And obviously you have a professional link, so that'll be better. Instagram is so much easier. They're not paying money for it. They don't care if you have a website. It's so much easier if you're pitching on Instagram, and they can just click your profile and see what videos you have. And you just have to have a few videos on there. It doesn't have to be UGC specific. They just want to see the style and the quality of content you can create. But if you're going for option 1, these are the stuff that you have to worry about, right? You don't have to, but you should have a professional domain. And on my portfolio, I already have more than 10 videos. Like there's so much more than this. And I have literally 3 case studies and more testimonials to show for it. That's not a must. But when you're sharing a website as a content creator, they are expecting some professional website and with the designs and bunch of stuff there. So you can't just have your photo, your name, and 2-3 videos and then contact me. That's just not gonna work. Compared to that, it's so much better if you just show your Instagram profile as a portfolio. If they ask for like a sample video, you just grab the link of your video that you're most proud of, send that over. That's so much professional. So there's just one thing to keep in mind. And then step 3, you actually have to pitch. So any pitch, you want to keep it short, but for gifted clubs specifically, you really want to keep it short. Focus on the benefits. What I mean is, don't go and say, for example, I am a UGC creator. I love this about your product. I can do this and this and this. It might sound like you're listing stuff for them, but in all truth, it all starts with I, right? Be careful on the pronouns. You want to talk about them. So it should be something like they can benefit from UGC this way. And you want to be clear on what you're offering. So if you're offering 1 video for a product, then you should just specify 1 reel, this length, this type. And also end with a question, best way to get replies. You're not ending your message with the question. It requires extra effort from them to think about what to say, right? So you just have to end the message with the question. So for example, instead of saying in exchange for free products, you can say all you have to do is provide me with a product you'd like me to promote. So like in exchange for free product, that means it's an effort on their end. When you say all you have to do is provide me the product, you're saying that's the only thing they have to do. So just a little different perspective. And those little changes go a long way. So, and for example, this is literally the message I used to land my first gifted collab. It was in Japanese, so it's not exactly the same. But keep in mind that Japanese brands, especially then, didn't know what UGC was, so I had to be a little more detailed on what I was offering. I basically said, "Hi, I'm Asaka. I'm a UGC creator." So basically, I just went straight in. I didn't even explain. I know their brand and I love the product. I didn't do any of that. I just said what I'm offering, and yeah, if you could send me the product to promote, I'll create a video for free. Yeah, so I was also implying they can choose the product instead of me saying, can I get a free product? So they can choose what I'm promoting and I create one video for free. So very specific, and ended it with a question. You can also say like, would you be interested in this? Are you open to this sort of stuff? But this is a yes or no question, and it's very straightforward. So it's a question I still like to use. And that's it. That's the 3 simple step. That's the classic way to go about it, right? Go on Instagram, find a brand, and then pitch. Other way, obviously, the fastest is to go on our job board. This is the gifted collabs we have, and you can literally apply. For example, we go to the latest one. You can literally apply through a link, which is way faster. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, please post on the feed on the discussions page, so I'll be able to have a look and answer. Yeah, it's an evening here, so hope you have a good evening, and